Hello, how's everybody doing? Um, so I do want to explain to you about some interesting stuff. Interesting indeed. So we are going to be discussing today about trying to keep stretching forward for your empowerment or your enlightenment, but also trying to stay in the feeling of serenity. So, with this being said, you can go ahead and really like get a sense of your energy, like kind of relax a little bit, try to connect with your energy. If you know how to do that already, you can go ahead and do so and really start to see what your energy provides. And with that being said, try to um, continue that pulsating energy. Try to allow that energy to expand. Allow that energy to really take on new forms, new connections, new gatherings, um, new movements, things like that. And when you do that, you should probably start to feel like an energy where it's like, go ahead and relax, allow everything to just be ominous. Um, Allow things to be very relaxed. It's kind of like keeping the strength, but um, allowing everything to just happen in a very pure sense. To have that feeling of like you're healing or you're changing something, but like being able to just really stay in sync with yourself, stay synchronized with yourself, but also being able to make a difference, to make an upgrade of yourself, or maybe even shifting from being like doing the spiritual stuff every single day, and this is just pertaining to those that want to go the soul mission way, um, which there are quite a lot of those out there that want to do that. There's nothing wrong about that. um, Believe it or not, the Enlightenment does not discourage that. There's nothing wrong about that at all. So if you want to go that way, there's nothing wrong at all. So um, also the spiritual path is kind of like you can you can have yourself like stand very broadly, very boldly, and really, you know, it's kind of like a sense of like you're standing in front of many, and you're just walking gracefully. You're going through with faith. You're going through with happiness and pride, and there's nothing backing you down. Then there is the soul mission, or the soul collective, which is like you're you're taking in either new versions of yourself, or you're starting to regain some of the things that you might have lost in your past, that is now finally this time being gained. So it's more like you're trying to push forward with more than just the spirit. You're pushing forward with the spirit, the soul, the collective thoughts, which is the intuition, um, the telepathy, um, and it's just like this big, massive area that you can really, you know, indulge in, really indulge in all that stuff. And the thing is that there are a lot of people that are out there, more than just us, um, that kind of disagree with all this stuff, really disapprove of spirituality, disapprove of the soul's mission, disapprove of all that. But there's this really nagging area inside of them that is trying to call them. And it's kind of like it's a matter of picking up on that, a matter of really seeing that mission, really seeing for where you're supposed to go, um, and what can really give you that aha moment. So this is where the empowerment yet serenity comes in, and this could definitely help you guys if you are maybe having a little bit of some troubles with meditation. You can go ahead and really connect with all that through all this, or you can kind of like further meditation with this, kind of like further how you approach meditation. Meditation can happen in various ways, such as um, really earthing things, allowing the things that we want to transmute to burn off, and allowing all the teachings that we've learned integrate into the earth, so then it can be more of not just you learning that stuff, and it could be the entire earth learning that stuff. Also, there is um, more of the um, soul perspective, or like kind of like the open world perspective, where it's just like you're going along the world trying to heal people, and that is like your second synchronicity. Then the third synchronicity is connecting with the angelics, the enlightened ones, the beings that are of the light. And with that being said, the enlightened ones, they're kind of like coming in as like um, bringing the energy from space downward to you, so then you can understand it, and maybe even show it to others that are out there. Then there is the area where you're collecting maybe energy from like different areas, such as different portals through space, different time dimensions, different maybe time periods, if you want to say that. And that is all about the time and space beings. Those are the areas where beings really gather the information of like this happened at that time, this happened at this time, and this might happen over in the future. And it's kind of like, instead of kind of just saying something just to say something, you really get the idea of it, through the cognitive area, maybe even through the third eye area, maybe even through like maybe a taste of some sort, maybe a smell of some sort, maybe maybe your spirit went elsewhere, and all of a sudden your regular eyes can see something, and you come back, and all of a sudden you describe everything that you have collected. Maybe you're feeling something. Maybe you're hearing something that is coming through audibly, that maybe you can't really, you know, get a sight of it, or maybe get like a taste of it or something like that, but you can end up hearing something. Um, and it could be something that you're hearing, but and it sounds really close to you, but however, there's like nothing of the physical that's in front of you or nearby you, and you're hearing something that is kind of like you're entering into your own intuitional stage, where you're really becoming your own intuitive. Um, Then there's other types as well, but I'm sure you all of you are probably familiar with those. Although there are there is a lot of stuff going on nowadays in the world, but know that there are a lot of intuitives, a lot of healers, a lot of um, soul missioners, a lot of those that are doing the movement, a lot of those that are connecting with the world, that really want to see the world, you know, really change, really like go from like just the standard way of life where we're, sitting around listening to news, um, listening to like the broadcasting channels and things like that, um, where it's like newsletters, newspapers, articles, things like that. And it's kind of like the age where we're trying to, instead of listening to all that stuff, we're making we're making history. Like instead of us listening about history, we're making history. We're making a change in the world. We're making a change. And if we connect with that, we really understand like how is this light coming in the first place? How is all this good stuff coming in the first place? And the reason why is because we have connected with our spirits. We have connected with our mission for the soul. We have connected with the mission of just our entirety, our life, for us as a whole. And I'm not just talking about some ordinary mission. I'm talking about the top mission, the mission that really sinks in with us. So there are a lot of times where it's like, do this job to get money, or do this that job to get money, or do all this to collect money for yourself. Well, I have to say it's not only just about money. It's not only just about money. It's about those out there that you're serving, that you're helping, that you are giving a hand to, those that you are doing prideful things to, that you're sending the passion to. You might, wonder why all of this is happening? Well, this all is your answer. And the reason why you might be feeling something like such as like a collective energy where it's like you're really sinking in with something that is um, wandering around, maybe even uh, kind of like I hope they see me. I wonder if they're gonna see the magical end of myself. Ooh. So then that's really where the all source comes from. That's that's the energy of like, is this person or is this being really gonna see for what I'm bringing forth? Is this being going to be able to pick it up? Is this being able to like integrate all this stuff? So then I can continue to gather the energy that I'm trying to give everybody. And this, the link where it comes from source to whatever thing or being is creating that stuff, is what we call the all creator. And it could be masculine or feminine. It could be any which. It's not just only masculine because it might start off masculine or it might start off feminine, but then you start to see a little bit of a difference. You start to see a little bit of a change there where it's more than just masculine, more than just feminine. So that is also with the beings that are shifting everything down from the all creator down to the earth, and all those beings are kind of like gathering their own masculine side and their feminine side, and it's like they bring it together, calling that the divine center or the divine self or the divine the divine home. So it's kind of like our entirety, our our being as a whole, where it's like masculine and feminine meet together, where it's like, we might be like buff and strong, and also very, very calm and like very nurturing. And when we gather both of those things together, we're kind of like, nobody can stop me. And then there's like another sense that is like alongside that, where it's like, peace be with you, brother and sister, kind of a thing. So it's kind of like we we take on more than just our physical self. We take on our spiritual self. We take on our our mentalities, things like that. But like really being authentic for who we are, authentic for our physicality, authentic for our spirituality, authentically for our mentality, which is kind of like intuitional stuff, telepathic stuff, um, and and it's kind of like we're able to gather all that stuff. We're able to really like spark that interest, spark that like that big passion. We're able to spark that beauty, not just within ourselves, but with those around you. And it's kind of like you're like step, ha, and and it's not like you're being a jester or like a trickster. It's kind of like it's more along the lines of you're coming out and you are just being magnificent. You are just being the beautiful you are. You are just blasting out with so much beauty. You are blasting out with that heart. You're blasting out with what your spirit has to shine out with. You're blasting out with what your body is emitting, and that there is where we really seek our beauty, where we seek for who we are truly inside. And if you really tap in with that stuff, you can really like shine. You could really like burst with happiness, burst with like so much pride, burst with everything in your heart, burst with everything in your soul, burst with everything within your spirit, burst with everything within your mental area, which is like the collection of everything, such as the intuition, the telepathic, and also there is such as like the rootings, where it's like we gather the things not just from around us, but from above us, from down below us, and we're rooting that stuff. We're being able to create like not a vacuum only, but we're kind of like we're it's always said that we're a pillar, and that's right. But there's also, as well as a disc of some sort, or more than one disc. So the disc can spin in its own way, maybe this way, maybe that way, maybe that way, maybe that way, um, and maybe even that way. And that there is kind of like where we're strengthening ourselves. We're we're becoming our broad, authentic selves. And also, the pillar is supposed to be like, if we want to clear anything, if we want to integrate anything, if we want to burn off anything that is really not inspiring ourselves or furthering ourselves. So we're really like getting strong with it, getting like very fierce with it, and very lion like. So it's like we're strong, but we're also very calm. We're very like, you know, we're like nothing is getting to this gate, but also you are standing very pristine, very relaxing, and very calm. And this is where we start to then take on more than just that feeling, more than just that knowledge. We're starting to really like embody that ultimate self, that authentic end of ourself, and we're really like taking on new perspectives. We're taking on new beings that are of us, and we're really becoming that self. And all it is just like you're going from like your current self with everything that you've gone through below, with your higher selves. And your higher selves could be like maybe Yeshua, maybe Ahmed, or maybe Isis, maybe Anubis, maybe, or maybe even Akhenaten. It could be anything along that line. And with that being said, there could be multiple higher selves. And it's not about like your physicality becomes that. It's more like you are feeling that. You are really allowing your spirit to become that. You're allowing your hearts to integrate that. You're allowing your roots to really gather that information, that knowledge, that connection, and you're really like becoming a better self. You're becoming something that has been waiting for you generations and generations. And when you do that, ta-da, you're amazing, 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 amazing. So anyway, there are a lot of things out there. There are um, there's the pulsating energy of the spirit. There's the beaming of the third eye. There's the spreading energy of your heart that is always unconditional. There is the strength of your throat chakra, which kind of comes in as like you're saying that authentic truth. You're saying that ultimate thing to really be able to say. You're bringing forth something that you want to describe, that you want to bring forth, and that there is where the throat chakra comes from. Then maybe even from the crown chakra, you might be collecting things. That's really what the crown chakra is about. You're collecting the things from the soul star. You're collecting things from the light galactic area. You're collecting things from areas that are above the first few 7 chakras. So it's like you're collecting all that stuff to be able to like really not just integrate it, but root it, really root it into the ground so that it's like very dense and like very like you've got everything in there. And it's like it goes from very like questionable, maybe very like I want to figure out a little more about this, to like mind blowing. Like it's just like crazy. Like not like crazy as in like, oh man, he's crazy. It's kind of more like, whew, man, just like crazy energy going around. Like there's just like a lot of things going on. And then there's like the solar plexus chakra, which is like you're being able to keep the divine center with you, and you're like keeping the creations, keeping the stuff that are happening below the solar plexus stay intact, but you're also like strengthening everything above you for the solar plexus. So it's like the solar plexus is like, you do that, you do this, you do that, you do this. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like the interior body's like direction center in a way. So that is kind of what it's like to have the solar plexus chakra. Then there is the sacral chakra, which there are a lot of interesting areas in there. So the solar plexus was all about directional. The sacral chakra is all about creational. It is all about inspiration. It's all about connectivity. It's all about bursting with pride, with passion, being able to like stand forth as your authentic self. And lastly, then comes the rooting area. The roots are all about really really connecting into the earth, really like being able to feel the energies of Gaia, feeling the energies of the violet flames, feeling the energies of those eternal flames, if you want to say it that way. Feeling the energies of nature, feeling the energies of the ground, which is earth, feeling the energies of um, as well as the chakra of earth. So it's kind of like feeling the energies of either positive or negative below you. So it's kind of like you can either kind of like um, pulsate that chakra more, or you can actually change that negative to the positive. So it's like you're able to change that. You're able to really like have your root chakra um, connect with that earth chakra, and it's like the earth chakra is giving you stuff, but like the root chakra is kind of like, yep, nope, yep, nope, yep, nope. And it's kind of like it's deciding what to keep and what to you know change, what to kind of burn off, and that part is to know. So then there is what the earth chakra does. The earth chakra is kind of like it's a collection of everything that is of the earth. So it's like anything that might be below your root chakra, anything that you might not feel in the root chakra, but like you're feeling from the very very bottoms of your feet, where it's like you're like, how am I feeling this when the rest of my body is just plain simple? Like there's nothing much to do. Well, the thing is that when you start to have the earth chakra start revolving, and like it's like getting stronger and stronger and stronger, that means that like your energy is either maybe feeling it, but like not ready to deal with it, or you're just dealing with it, and it's kind of hard to feel it. So the thing is that you have to really like sink in with the not sink as in like you know gone kind of a thing. It's more like a synchronize in with the earth chakra for a little bit, and like really be able to deal with the things that the earth chakra might have to give, such as like the earth chakra is bursting all this stuff for you, and it's like your root chakra has to either say yes or no to any of those things that are going through. And it's like it's an upwards and a downwards process. So it's kind of like everything that is good is going upwards, and everything that is also good but is being handed from the heavens, or the like galactics, is going downwards. And it's kind of like you can either kind of keep it in your divine center, or you can just like burst it away for everyone to see, for not just you to connect with, but for everyone around you to connect with. So that there is where our special side of ourselves comes through. So yeah, then there is like the elementals, which I am probably going to get into at some point for you guys. So go ahead and stay in tune for that stuff. No further ado, um, I'm going to start to do a very soft closing for you guys. You can comment, you can share, you can like, you can also do some emojis if you like. You can also send in any questions, any any comments of sorts. And also, there is a bell button and a subscribe button if you like to either subscribe or if you like to get caught up with anything that is upcoming. So, I wish you all a farewell and peace. Love and light to you all. Bye.